So if I coming to the topic of classifications of the computer, computers are classified into major two types. We have some reason behind the classifications of the computer. When we are classifies the computer based on the working principle of operation, we have some classification, and also based on its configuration also we have a chance to classify the computer. Then based on the working principle or principle of operation, if we classify the computer, that are major three types. One is analog computer, second one digital computer, and third one hybrid computer. So remember, when we classify the computer based on principle of operation, we have a chance to classify the computer into three types, that are analog computers, digital computers, and hybrid computers. These three are the classifications of the computer based on the principle of operation. Then second category is there. Based on its configuration, we have a chance to classify the computer into four types. One is microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers, and last one supercomputers. See, these are all the classifications of the computer based on working principle as well as configuration of the computers. If we classify the computer based on the principle of operation, analog, digital, and hybrid computers. Then if I classify the computer based on its configuration, that are micro, mini, mainframe, and supercomputers. These are the classifications of the computer based on these two properties. Of course, they may ask the question for your examination. Classifies the computer based on the working principle. Classifies the computer basing on its configuration. Like that, you have a chance to classification. So let us come to one by one. What is analog, what is digital, and what is hybrid computers? We will discuss now. So if I coming to the first classifications of the computer, that is analog computer. See, analog computers are looks like this, because here what the graph is indicating, here whatever the calculations or whatever the results will be displayed in the analog computer, that are in the approximate results, not accurate results, because analog computers having a property of approximation, because here there is no digitals, here there is no numbers, only with the help of the graphs we have a chance to recognize. So what are the properties of the analog computers? If I see one by one, it works on the continuous ranges. The main property of the analog computer, it works on the continuous ranges, and also it gives approximate results. It gives approximate results, not accurate results. Analog computer will give the approximate results, not accurate results. And also, all the calculations done by parallel. In analog computers, almost all the calculations are done by parallel. Hence, it will be a faster. Whenever doing the calculations, automatically it gives the result. How? Because it will done the calculations with the parallelly. When the parallel calculations will done, automatically these types of the computers will faster. And computations means calculations are carried out with the physical quantities like voltage, okay, current, length, etc. These are all some physical quantities. Calculations are carried out, and also measures some quantities like voltmeter, ammeter, and also thermometers are the measuring quantities using in the analog computers. And finally, give an example for one analog computers, especially in the petrol service stations. Petrol service stations converts the flow of the fuel into some measuring unit. That's the best example for the analog computers because their flow of fuel is there. The flow of fuel is converted into some measuring unit. So that is the best example for the analog computers. Remember dear students, in the analog computer, the results are approximate, and here it will be deal with continuous ranges, and physical quantities and measuring quantities are separate. So this is about analog computers. Then we will go for the second type of the computer, that is digital computer. Coming to the second classifications of the computer, that is a digital computer. As we discussed earlier, the analog computers are the type of the computer for the approximate results. But if I coming to the digital, the meaning is different. In the digital computers, the results are always accurate. How accuracy will come in the digital computer? Let us see the diagram. See, in the analog computer, almost all approximations of the values will be counting. But in the digital computers, almost all has a particular numbers. Means here, these digits are converting into binary digits. Like 0 and 1. For example, always peak, high are represented by 1 as a binary value, and almost all when we are coming to the low, automatically that will be represented by 0. The high value that is represented by 1 and the low value that is represented by 0. True, high, false, 0, like that. So in the digital computers, so these are all the properties. Works upon discontinuous data. How analog computers deals with the continuous ranges. Here, digital computers work upon the discontinuous data. Very important property. And it converts the data into binary digits. What I said now. It converts the data. For example, it is a high. It is a 20. For example, the decimal data will be converted into binary digit. So that's a property. It converts the data into binary digit. And also faster than analog computers, of course. When you are comparing with digital computers with analog computers are little bit slower. But when you are coming to the digital computers are faster than analog computers, and results are accurate. This is what the property the digital computers will give. That's why here digits are converted into numbers. By comparing the diagram itself, you have getting an idea. Digital computers will give the accurate results. So this is about digital computer, and the final type of the computer classification for the working principle, that is what we call as hybrid computer. So if I coming to the third classifications of the computer, that is hybrid computer. As the name that is implies, hybrid means that is a combination. So in this type of the classifications of the computer, both analog and digital computer characteristics are merged, combined, that is in the form of combined. That's why the name hybrid. Both property, analog property as well as digital properties are there in this type of the classifications of the computer. So if I come into the hybrid computers, combination of both analog and digital computers is what we call as hybrid computers. And also, it will be given the both approx and accurate results. Of course, when it is in a combination of both analog and digital computer means 100% result also it will gives in the both manner, that is in the approximation or accurate. And also, it deals with both continuous and discontinuous data. Hybrid computers, it will be what deals with the both continuous and discontinuous data. Continuous data for analog, discontinuous data for digital. That's why hybrid computers it will be deals with the both continuous and discontinuous data. When you are seeing the diagram, see here some graphs are there. The movements of that particular data along with some calculations graph. Here sometimes it will give the accurate data and sometimes it will give the approximate data also. So this is the best example where we will see these kinds of the devices, especially in the ECG, when checking of the functionality of heart for the human beings, for especially for the hospitals. So there when we are checking the ECG reports, there you will having a chance to see these kinds of the graphs. So ups and downs with the graphs and some calculations. So this is the best example for the hybrid computers where we are using. So after the working principle classification, now we are going to move, that is a classifications of the computer based on its configuration. Classifications of the computer based on its configuration. Configuration means what is the properties, what are all the devices and its capacities. That is what we called as configuration. Based on the configuration, how we classify the computer, that is a concept. So second type of the classifications of the computer based on the configuration. In that the first type of the computer, that is microcomputers. Microcomputers. So these are the personal computers invented in the 1970. Personal computers are invented in the year 1970, also called as personal PCs, personal computers. Processor numbers are in this type of the computer maximum 1 or 2. In this type of the microcomputer, number of processors are 1 or 2. Okay, then it contains input, output, okay, storage, memory, processors. In the microcomputer, it contains some devices like input, output, memory, storage and processor. And also special some examples for microcomputers are desktops. Means on the desk some computers will be placed, desktops, handheld computers, portable computers, digital computers. So these are all the examples for the microcomputers. So desktop, handheld, portable means small computers, handheld tabs. So all these will be categorized for the microcomputers. It having a minimum 1 or 2 processor. And it is also called as personal computer invented in the 1970. So this is what we called as a microcomputer classification. Then we will go for one more category, that is mini computer. So mini computers are larger and more powerful than microcomputers. Of course, what I said now, compared to the microcomputers, mini computers are more powerful than larger and more powerful. Okay, then it will be works with 5 MIPS, million instructions per second. Per second, in the mini computer, 5 million instructions will be executed. So 5 million instructions per second, that instructions will be executed in the mini computers. Monitors and keyboards are used to calculate, and if we are treated as a terminals. So in this special property of the mini computers, here we are using keyboard and monitor are working like a terminals. Terminals means ends. Okay. So monitor and keyboards are called as terminals. More than 2 processors are using in the previous mini computer. What we are using, microcomputer, maximum 1 or 2 processors are using. But when you are coming to the mini computer, more than 2 processors are using, and also 4,000 simultaneously connected users are chance to connect the processor. That is what we call as more than 2 processors, 4,000 connected users are simultaneously having a chance to connect. So this is a one special property of the mini computer. And also mini computers are small and medium sized. These are all small and medium sized computers. Best example for the mini computer VAX8800 and AS400 are the two types of the computer examples for the mini computers we are using. So that is the classifications of the computer for the mini, second type of the computer. Then if you are coming to the third property, third classifications of the computer based on the configuration, that is mainframe computers. By the name it is telling, mainframe is a special type of the computer. It has a larger property and specific property. So that is what we call as mainframe computers. So in 1975, the mainframe computers are introduced, okay, that are larger in size. Mainframe computers are larger in size, and also multiple processors. In mainframe computer, more than 2 processors, multiple tasks, and it will be interact with the multiple users at a time. Same time, all these processes will be held. That's why mainframe is a type of the computer with a specific task we are using. Generally, these types of the computers are not at all using for all common tasks. This is for only specific task. Task means work. Okay, so this is what we call as mainframe computers. And also, the capacity of the mainframe computers, it can execute 16 million instructions per second. It can execute 16 million instructions for 1 second. So this is the property of the mainframe computer, and examples for the mainframe computer NEC 610 and DEC 10 are the mainframe computers. Then finally we have one more special type of the computer, that are supercomputers. That is supercomputers based on the configuration. When we are discussing with micro, mini and mainframe computer has its own limitations. When we are coming to the supercomputer, the name that is implies super, it has a more powerful than all these 3 types of the computers. How? So see one by one. The supercomputers are invented in the year 1980. So these types of the computers are introduced in the 1980s, and also these computers are fastest, biggest and also expensive, of course. When these computers are works with the fastest, biggest and also very expensive, so because it has that much of the properties, it has that much of characteristics, that's why the name is what we call as supercomputers. Then these types of the computers here works with trillions of instructions per second. Up to now, the mainframe computers deals with the 16 million instructions per second, but calculate, this is the supercomputers works with trillions, trillions of instructions for 1 second. So that is the major property of the supercomputer, trillions of instructions per second. And also these types of the computers are used to solve complex problems, and also used by the scientists. Especially these types of the computers are used for the science and technological department for the research purpose. So that's why supercomputer is a more expensive than any other computers. And also, what are the uses of the supercomputer? Let us see one by one. Supercomputers are used for the weather forecasting for temperature analysis and all these things, for forecasting the weather. So we are using the weather forecasting, and also animated graphics. Supercomputers are used for the creations for the graphics, animations of the graphics. Energy research, nuclear energy research, in which place the nuclear energy is there, like that too, for the invention purpose, and also for the space science. In the space technology, in the space also we are using supercomputers for the calculation purpose, and also weapon and missile designs for defense purpose. Weapons and missile designs, we are using supercomputers, and also petroleum explorations. petroleum extraction, there also we are using supercomputers. These are all the uses of the supercomputers. That's why these types of the computers are more expensive than any other previous computers. And give an example for supercomputers, Cray XP and ETA10, and also in India also we have some nearly 3 to 4 supercomputers are there. So these are all the best examples for the supercomputers. One thing you should remember, during the classifications of the computer, based on the configuration, the highest expensive than any other computer, that is supercomputer. After this, we will go for some applications of the computer, in which field computers are using. That is the last concept in this particular chapter. After the classifications of the computer, in which field computers are used, that are what we call as applications of the computer. Means in which area computers are using. So that are very general concept nowadays. If you go into any field, the computers are there for the usage. So we have some list there how we are using computers. We will discuss one by one. So applications of the computer in schools and colleges. In school and colleges, as we know, for the lab purpose, for the preparation for the question paper, for the Xerox, and also material publishing, and all these student details, for staff details, for salary details, and information for the fees structures. So all these chances are there to use computers in the school and college department. Then, if I come into the second, bank. So as we know that in banks, they are using computers to store the customer details, account details, deposit and credit and debit details, account details, transaction details, employee details, money transaction through digital nowadays. So that is why in bank also we are using computers. And especially for in offices, either in a government office or a private office, to maintain the employees list, to maintain the work details, to maintain the information, to store databases, all these offices also we are using some computers. And especially science and research department. In the science and research department, for the calculations purpose, for the scientists, researchers are to store, and they are having a chance to gain the information from the internet. So the science and research also very much field using for the computers. And also for the transport, especially in the transport field, for the ticket booking, for the online reservation. So there also we are using some computers and electronic devices. And news and entertainment purpose, of course, nowadays news for updations of the current details, current affairs. So there also we are using computers to make the proper news, to make the publishing the news. That there also we are using computer, as well as not only for the news purpose and also for the entertainment purpose. And entertainment purpose also we are using some computers. And in government offices, as I said, like the office, in government office also we have a chance to store the database. In government employee details, the government office stock, government offices information stored data, all these purposes we need a computer. And satellite communication, especially nowadays we are having a live telecast to satellites. So with the help of the satellites, we have a chance to view the live broadcasting, and also we have a chance to communicate with the far people, so far distance people. So that is also one particular applications of the computer through the satellite communication. CAM, computer aided machines. Nowadays very easier for the wood cutting, computer aided machines, with the help of the computers, the designs, making the design. So very easy of wood, not only wood cutting, for the radium cutting, and also for the molding purpose. So computers, coloring combinations, computer aided machines are using. So that is a CAM purpose. And for the publishing, especially whatever we are using for the book or textbooks or somewhat materials for publishing purpose, there also we are using computers. And also in hospitals, so generally you know, in hospitals for billing purpose and for the some lab test purpose, and to print the hard copy and soft copies, and for some treatments we are using some computers. And also in agricultural department also nowadays computers are using for soil testing, water testing, and also for weather forecasting. All these criteria the computers are using. Means in any field nowadays, if you are going to any field, computers is a must. That's why the major advantages, major applications of the computers in almost all the fields computers are using. By this topic, the fundamentals of the computers, chapter number 1 will be concluding. Dear students, up to now what we discussed, this is just a brief introduction about the computer. How it will be evolved, what are all the generations and inventions, what are all the classifications, and what are all the applications. So these things we discussed in this chapter. Practice on these concepts. We will give some question with answers and practice all the question with answers and submit your keynotes to our WhatsApp number. If you have any query, if you have any doubt, if you have any clarification, please contact my WhatsApp number and make a proper keynote based on this chapter. Okay, thank you.